Yes, Advocate here for another Sunday deck showcase. Today I am doing some white-blue. I thought about trying to branch out a little bit and cover all the colors, but it just felt like an appropriate time to show off this list, which is a fun deck. It's, not like top of the meta strong or anything, but it's really good and can compete with most things. But the big reason, I kind of put it together was I wanted a deck that could, really hard counter Kaji Revive while, also still just being really good. Just kind of an effort to push that one out of the meta. Uh, and it also felt like kind of an appropriate sequel to last stream because it has a fair amount of similarities to the previous deck. So, while maybe a little too similar in that sense, I still think it'll be fun to give it a little bit of a go here. So, this is my Flower Lightning deck. And it's got a couple cool tricks going on with it. So Season of Growth it's an interesting card. It can be pretty awkward to fit into a lot of decks, just because giving your opponent sunflowers is not always a good thing. But this deck really leverages that hard in a couple ways. The first is the obvious one, Knight of Flowers. If you're running Knight of Flowers, Season of Growth becomes a much better card. But the reason why I wanted to make a Season of Growth deck is, again, this card kind of hard counters Revive Kaji alongside Beast Mode. This is the deck that can, completely push Revive Kaji out of the meta while still being pretty solid. Not that we've been seeing a ton of Revive Kaji lately. It's mostly been like Dinos and some control decks and similar, but still, that's not the only reason we're playing this deck. Anyway, so the other cool thing about Season of Growth is because of how the flowers spawn. It makes it really easy to set up some Chain Lightning plays, so you can do some very cool things with that. And of course, you've got Freya and Fist. I tried a version that was like a little more all-in on the lightning approach, running Temple, Brynjolf, and Winds of the North, and it's a pretty solid deck, but I just felt like it didn't quite have that punching kill power or survivability against the control deck, so I retooled it a little bit more for having a small Last Will engine here, just to be really resistant to things like End of Days or Leviathans and things like that. So there's a small Last Will package, Wolf to search up Killer Rabbit and Owlbear, and then we've got Thorndrake, who naturally goes along with our rest of our flower package, as well as Living Vines and Fairy Queen, which is like just barely enough to make Owlbear fairly reliable. And we've got some top-end picks to help round out the curve in those longer games and give us a good chance in the late game here. So, but I think that's really all the more there is to chat about with this list. Obviously we've got some healing, and it's a fun deck. So let's just jump right in. Oh, right, of course. We've got the Ragnar Yarn Lightning combo, which I'm really leaning heavily on again, just because, it's always a strong combo, but I'm also just like kind of afraid of school decks in the meta, and it is really hard on them. So let's see how we can do with this list on a bit of a live game here. And we also have a couple codes to give away, so if anyone's here now while we're waiting for a game, we might give one away. Looks like there's a couple viewers here, so if anyone wants a code, speak up and we'll do a little wheel spin. Or of course, if there's only one person here, I guess you're just going to get the first code by default. So say something in chat if you guys would like a little pack giveaway, and otherwise we'll save that for after our game here. As usual, I seem to have spent all that time chatting about the list when I should have been in queue, but I didn't want to risk getting interrupted. But that's okay. Suppose we'll just go grab a bot game in the meantime. time, so we can just kind of show the feel of the deck and how it curves out and similar. It's probably going to be a little bit of a shorter stream today. So, hey Val, thanks for stopping by. Just starting by, looking for some of our early game pulls like Wolf, but we wanted to Thorn Drake's simultaneously both good early game play as well as his good fuel for Owlbear. And because, we're only running 5 last roll units in this deck, you always want to try to hang on to one of those until you've used your Owlbears, if at all possible. Okay, because we've got the Living Vines in hand, we can just go ahead and play the Thorn Drake rather than trying to save it for the Owlbear, which is a very nice little curve here. And, strong chances we could get the trade with the Owlbear, followed up with the Knight, but also we don't want to rush the Knight because you kind of want to play him when you can get some immediate value out of flowers. So with that in mind, we're just going to do a Wolf and Peasant. I guess you missed the showcase, but we'll go ahead and revisit a little bit. And it's my Flower Lightning deck, specifically built to try and push Kaji out of the meta. So because we're running the Ragnar combo here, I tend to leave the supply depot alone to maximize the Ragnar combo a little later on. I'm not going to trade the Thorn Drake yet, just because, well, maybe I will. It's a little bit tricky in a situation like this, because you don't want to open yourself open to an easy board wipe, but you're mostly concerned about board wipes on the 5 gold turn versus Pirates. So with that in mind, we're going to go ahead. I still don't think Revive Kaji is actually like a reliably good list, just because things like this deck exist that completely shut it down hardcore. It's a very polarized list that can absolutely shut down a ton of other decks in the meta that aren't prepared for it. Just like completely invalidates a lot of control decks. But it just folds so hard to anything like aggressive mid-range or something like this that's running Season of Growth and Beast Mode. Season of Growth and Beast Mode. So I'm being a little more aggressive with the Knight than I should be, but the theory there is if he has a board wipe, Knight's dying anyways. If he doesn't, he's probably not getting through 2 flowers. And yeah, no, Docu-Dinos is definitely in top 5 lists. I was a little hesitant about it at first just because it seemed a little bit of like an inconsistent deck. And that was reliant on high rolls, but it's definitely proven its worth over pretty wide range of matchups now to be really strong. While still technically a high roll deck, it's even on the average rolls it can still absolutely compete. And that is often what makes a top deck, is a deck that is pretty decent all of the time and occasionally just absolutely steals wins. So very strong deck, and there's not a lot that like specifically counters Docu-Dinos. I think that's its 2 biggest strengths are that it doesn't really have any bad matchups, and of course that it just has the potential to high roll to steal games. So even against like my best decks, like it still felt like 50-50, and mostly it's been Beastly who's been optimizing it. I still haven't played a ton of it, which is why my opinions were always kind of up in the air about it beforehand. So we want to maximize that Knight of Flower power here, but we don't want to waste gold either. So we're just going to go ahead and throw the arm tide. Oh, hey, I think we're actually going to get a live game. And after this game, we'll give away a code if anyone's hanging out. Okay, so taking note of our matchup here. We don't need Beast Mode this early. We really want to dig for a Last Will unit right now, and Season of Growth, usually a lot of people just play that as a turn 1 play, but with this deck it uses it as a combo beast, so we don't really want it right now. We'll save that for later when we have either Lightning or Knight of Flowers to go with it. Okay, so perfect. We found ourselves a Last Will to go with our Owlbear. And now we're just gonna probably do some peasant gameplay here because we do not want to play this Thorn Drake too early. Our hand's definitely a little bit awkward, just kind of utterly lacking any of our early game drops here, but at least we are player 2, so we'll be able to coin into Fist if we have to, or ideally Owlbear pretty soon here. Yeah, really like ideally we draw another Last Will so we can play with Thorn Drake this turn. But I will take any play other than a peasant as well. Well, I guess we're going to go for the Season of Growth. I really don't like doing that, but we do have the Centaur, so we will have a little bit of a combo with it to possibly clean up some of this board here. So, not an ideal moment to play that, but you know what, that's okay. Just gonna put a peasant to block the advance of this penguin, because those are always very dangerous things. Penguin is definitely a dangerous card that you don't want to leave unchecked. So this little flower play with the Centaur follow-up is a nice little mini combo. Not what we're usually saving things for, but it'll do the trick. Or alternatively, we may do an Owlbear. We'll have to see how the turn plays out here. Definitely gonna already start slapping. Oh, okay, interesting. That doesn't count as a freeze for Penguin if the target dies. I think I already knew that, but I'd long forgotten. Okay, so I think this is a pretty good moment for... We'll just save our coin for the moment, and we'll just use the Centaur to clear off this Penguin before it can do any really nasty damage. Alternatively, we could just do like a Yarn Lightning this turn. But I would like to save that later on for some Ragnar shenanigans. So my choices are Centaur and Peasant, or Coined Owlbear, or Yarm, none of which are, particularly ideal. But I think we're going to go ahead and go for the Penguin Clear. I'm just going to sacrifice this flower down here since it's going to die either way, and this one's going to get the attack we need from the Centaur. And I think I'm going to, we're going to hold this peasant back out of reach of those other flowers, but we're going to, have it aggressive enough that it will be able to kill either this flower or this Frost Drake, hopefully. Okay, he's taking the trade we wanted for us. That works for me. And is he also just going to trade those two in? Strong chance. Yeah, so we're mostly concerned, there's a few things we need to be concerned about in this matchup. Obviously we need to keep Joanvive in mind, but Sunflowers as usual mess up all Joanvive decks, not just Revive Kaji. So we're a little bit favored just by virtue of that little trick that we've got going on here. But Halls of Frost is a very scary card. Frost OTK is a very real thing that you've got to be aware of. So this is again another viable Yarn Lightning turn, but it's not what we really want to do. I think we're just gonna, throw down the owlbear and see where that takes us. Really, we want this angel to die after these sunflowers, because sunflowers just mess up and revive strategies in general. Yeah, elusive's pretty. Ooh, this turn, I'm expecting that this Angel of Mercy might be about to put the hurt on here. Yep, that is going to hurt. Definitely going to hurt. Ouch! Yeah, we may have made a mistake not taking that Yarm Lightning play when we had the chance here, because I don't have another Guardian in hand. I can do a Killer Rabbit, but that's probably what we're going to have to do here. I'm going to clear a little Sunflower, play a Killer Rabbit to kill the Angel. My alternative is Yarm, but I really don't want to do that yet. Another thing worth considering is we could do a Freya Fist combo right now, and that has a strong chance of wiping out both the Angel and its summon. So I think that's what we're going to do just because of the pressure that this applies. Now that we've killed, let's see, do I want to put anything in reach of that flower? No, I really want to just kind of make sure that everything going on with this Angel dies right now. We've got an awkward spawn. That squirrel could backfire and potentially leave. That summon alive, which would be really bad for us. Because that opens us up to just dying to Frost next turn. That'd be a really unfortunate way to go. So let's just pray that the squirrel is kind to us and attacks the squirrel was not kind to us. We are officially now in danger. Well, no, right. I think the Angel Summon will have summoning sickness, so we're fine. Oh, and it was a flower. Perfect. Okay. So we cleared out the immediate threat. Got a nice little, much earlier than we really like to use War Lady Freya. We usually like to use her as, kind of a big, more game-ending combo, but, you gotta do what you gotta do. Oof. Just a little flower taking out that owlbear by itself. But, if we survive to the Ragnar turn, that is going to be pretty devastating on all of these 4 health buildings. So now that we've recovered from that initial pressure, I think we're going to be okay here. Oh, well, I can't do a peasant, so I guess that decision's made for us. Let's try to recover a little bit of that health here. And we'll probably get a nice centaur follow-up play, too. Hopefully he gives us something that we can just smack with the owlbear, so we can get really maximized centaur value here. Oh, perfect. Well, okay. We would have liked to smack that. Actually, I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a nice little Killer Rabbit play. So we're going to maximize our centaur heal. And Killer Rabbit has no chance of hitting anything but the target that we want it to. So that works out perfectly. We've also used both owlbears, so we're just kind of free to play all of our last will as we feel like. I'm definitely opening myself up to a Frost Whirl here, but that's okay. He's already played 1 Frost Whirl, so hopefully he doesn't have another, given that may have been a free Frost Whirl from the Halls of the Frost, but we will see what happens here. Oh, it sounds like somebody else is playing Kaji around here. I really hope we run into a Kaji deck today, because this deck should shut it down so hard. Oh good, no Frost Whirl punish. Good deal. I play Maldron. We do need to be very aware of the fact that he could be running Paladin to mess up Maldron. So my alternatives are living. We could do Living Vines. I think I'm going to get the Maldron out though. I'm not going to make these trades. Just because while we are opening ourselves up to a Yarm Lightning wipe, Yarm Lightning will kind of mess him up a bit too. And Maldron also helps discourage any Yarm shenanigans right now. Not bothering with the Guardian because, you know, may as well apply the pressure. And not making these trades because, you know, Owlbear's a much cleaner trade. You know, if he plays Yarm, like, we're in a good spot. But I probably should have kept a double block here just in case he's able to, you know, clear the Maldron and freeze, because, you know, that's still an 8 damage Frost Giant if he freezes my castle. But I'm not too worried. I can't think of any way he can clear both the Maldron and the Sunflowers it would drop at the same time. This would be a really nice time for us to draw Ragnar. That would be pretty devastating on his board. So we're going to set up a very defensive Guardian here. Actually, we don't need to go overkill on the defense, you know. We're further opening ourselves to Frost Whirl Punish, but, you know, I can live with that. This Yarm is putting some big threats out. Just, you know, his board is really scrunched up here. End of Days could, you know, mess us up, but End of Days will also mess him up, so that works either way. Now, between the Guardian and the Thorndrake spawns here, I'm not really feeling any danger on my castle, or even really the supply depot. And I'm also just not too worried about my supply depot because we know eventually I'm going to destroy it for him. So if he wants to spend some time... Okay, there's a Yarm. But, you know, that's going to result in, you know, squirrels and sunflowers. And, you know, even if he double Yarms, you know, Titan's still over here guarding us. And, you know, he really couldn't afford to do like a Ragnar combo with Maldron sitting here, too. Although, sadly, we've now lost our very cool, extra punishing Yarm play. But that also means we can just play our own Yarm Lightning to clear off this annoying stuff going on over here. Come on, be a good squirrel. Hey, he was a good squirrel. Let's see, let's just take some base damage while we can. We need to be very aware that Winds of the North exists, so with that in mind, we're going to place our Guardian here, because this is the only spot that will keep him from, you know, getting winds out of the way. But we also want to protect him from this penguin. It's not a bad Living Vines turn. Okay, actually, yeah, I think we're just going to play Yarm Titan, because these Halls of the Frost are a little too dangerous to leave out, and we're getting some extra Maldron synergy out of it anyways. Oh, he does run End of Days. Okay, noted. But our last wheel engine leaves us very resistant to that kind of stuff. sure be another nice time to draw a little centaur here. That would be very nice. Of course, I don't think I'm really expecting much to live through this turn. Yep, okay, there's a follow-up yarn, but of course that still just results in squirrels. But my health is getting a little dangerously low. You know, we're getting to the point that swordsmen are getting really dangerous. Okay, well, we've got this nice little combo ready to go. So we could do a rabbit play, but I think we'll save that. We're instead just gonna... Well, do we... I really don't want to get punished by the Ice Weaver Cleave, though. It's just such an awkward turn if we play the killer rabbit here. But nah, I think we're gonna... Okay, no, it's gonna die to the squirrels. Duh. What am I thinking? Yeah, okay, obviously. Living Vines. Again, squirrels will clean that up. We're good to go. And End of Days ain't gonna help him much against these Living Vines. He's used both Yarm Lightnings, so we're not too worried about getting burned down further. Well, I mean, we do still need to be very worried about swordsmen. Like, swordsmen could very quickly turn this game around, so we need to keep that in mind. But, you know, it's still going to take at least 2 swordsmen to do that, so until the first one comes down, we're not really in danger, and we just need to keep the pressure up. Okay, here's the Genevieve. Ooh, very, very nice spawns for him. Cleave and Chain. Yeah, despite my best efforts to pollute his pool with sunflowers, but hey, that's still 1 sunflower in that pool. Oh, interesting. I wonder why he did that. That was... He had a pretty good opportunity to, you know, mostly... okay, he won. But he didn't. Okay, that was just kind of weird. Very weird. I think this is a very good time for our Ragnar play. It does put our health... The downside to doing the Ragnar play right now, though, is that puts us in lethal range of swordsmen, and I don't think that's worth the risk, especially when we can just clean up this field without it as it is. So instead, let's get ourselves out of swordsman, Yarm, lethal range, and just clean up what's going on here. I think if I do this right, I can guarantee a rabbit to go after the Yarm Titan. Okay, this should be guaranteed to attack the Yarm. We're now no longer worried about swordsmen. We've still got End of Days protection. We're in pretty good shape here. And of course we've got the Ragnar Yarm Lightning to finish this game out. Because just right here, that's, you know, 6 damage. So, you know, we have 6 castle damage whenever we need it, and if he throws out anything else with 4+ health, that starts to go up. This game looks like it's about to end here, so anyone that's hanging out, will do a pack giveaway if anyone says something in chat about wanting to get added to the little wheel for the pack giveaway. It's kind of tempting to do the Yarm combo now. Doesn't feel great though. Okay. All right. After this game, we'll go ahead and add you to the wheel. And of course, if nobody else chimes in, then that'll be. I'm still gonna put you on the wheel, and I'm still okay. All right. You've at least got a little bit of competition now. All right. So we could do a yarn play, but I don't think that's really worth it. I think instead we should just chip down with what we got going on here. We'll save the arm for, much later to close things out. I think we're just going to be doing a nice little Yenneroth play. I don't think there's any reason to make a trade with the flower right now. So we're just going to hang tight. Okay, the end of days has arrived, which was pretty good. He saved that end of days for when he'd popped most of my last will. So, but a single living vine still puts that hurt on. Let's see here. So I think we'll set up a Yarm Titan, because that still combos in with Ragnar pretty nicely. So, next turn, well, barring a Frost Whirl, we're probably going to be closing the game out with a combination of Ragnar and Yarm here. Okay, well, he did freeze the Yarm Titan, so let's see what we've got. Okay, he did a lot of frost, so we may not be able to get a win, but we can still put the hurt on with the Ragnar play, although we still need to decide if that's actually worth it. I think it is. Actually, okay, no, not yet. This is all frosted up anyways. Next turn we have a lot more potential to do a little bit better here. So let's just go ahead and buff up a peasant. Ooh, a Season of Growth. That'll be a nice follow-up play with the... Okay, that'll be a really nice Ragnar Season Yarm turn. It makes this turn a little bit awkward, but that's okay. We will just conserve our resources to try and finish the game up next turn. Hey Cookie, thanks for stopping by. We're doing a pack giveaway after this game, so if you want in on that, let me know in chat. I'll add your name to the wheel here. So we've got a pretty nice little Season of Growth play here. And we'll get the Ragnar out. You have said something, and that's all you have to do. Alright, so let's go ahead and move on up here. Use those. And we're still a tiny bit short of Yarm actually closing the game. That's going to be too short. Maybe it's not worth using the Yarm at all right now, because we'll lose our field if we do. So, yeah, I guess we're just going to hang tight with the Yarm for the moment and just keep putting the pressure. because, nothing short of an end of days is really going. No, okay, no, I didn't miss a. But I thought maybe a beast mode lethal could have been possible, but I didn't have the gold for it. So I think just hanging tight is the way to go here. I think this is the first time I've played Ragnar without playing Yarm at the same time. At least, when I had the combo. There's been a couple times where I'm just so desperate for like a blocker, I, gotta do what I gotta do. Okay, there's the swordsman. That will definitely... Man, unless he's got a 1 gold something or other, this Ragnar... Well, actually, I can't get the Ragnar in to do anything, so... But we'll throw down a Fairy Queen, which will, remove any end of days potential from really being able to get anything done. However, if we can draw a killer rabbit, no, because I think Ragnar needs to survive for his effect to go off, so I don't think using the Yarn play right now will actually work. So we're just going to play a wolf just because we can. No cards found. I guess I've used both my rabbits. I don't remember doing that, but that's okay. And we'll throw down the Fairy Queen, which kind of... I could potentially beast mode the Sunflower just for a little extra damage, but that seems silly. That seems silly. But you know what? We're going to do it. We're running out of deck here. We need to try and end this. We've got the end of days if he puts anything threatening out. Right now, we just really want to try and keep up this pressure because we still need to be concerned about heals. I think this Fairy Queen's going to secure things for us either way, but I may have been a fool. Yeah, that was a very foolish play. I could have just saved the beast mode for right now. Hey, but RNG likes us today, and we're just going to have another. I guess that was almost a guarantee. There's 2 cards left in the deck, and I hadn't used either of them, so it was fine. It was not as calculated as I'd like to say it was, but it's fine. We're good. We've got the win just off the Yarn Viking now. I was vaguely aware of that, but I hadn't actually checked. Okay, so that's a good example on what's going on with the list here. Let's go ahead and do our little pack giveaway here. So last chance for anyone that wants to say something in chat for wanting to be on this wheel here. I think Aatrox's the only individual here that hasn't said he wants to be in on the pack giveaway, but who I know is around. We may go ahead and add his name here, and then if he just doesn't, if it rolls on him and he doesn't claim it. Okay, all right, let's get you in here. Okay, so I think we're ready to roll for a little pack giveaway here. Okay, Val, the individual I think who needs these codes the least, being a beta tester and close to a full collection. You're the winner. So I'll send that to you in Twitch here, assuming I can message you. Where did Val go? Alright, Val's got a little code. Let's just go ahead and do another one real quick here. And then let me get the queue going here. Whoops. Well, you shouldn't have been. Oh, crap. I have made a mistake there. Well, let me know if somebody stole it, and I'll give you one of the other ones. I messed that up a little bit. Whoops. Let me try and bring that window somewhere else so we don't run into that problem. Well, we'll go ahead and do another giveaway here. Val's Val's code I accidentally left contested, but hopefully he gets it. Hey, Mal, you get the next code. Let me get this queue going though while I'm working on that. Okay, nobody can see the Twitch screen this time, so we're good, Mal. Yours won't be contested. I really need to work on my production quality, but I don't got time for that. Ah, Mal, you have whispers blocked here. I cannot send it to. Well, I guess I think I know who you are on Discord, so. Oh, well, we got a game here. So, once you fix that, let me know, and I'll take a brief break from the match. Alright, so let's see here. Knight of Flowers, we're happy with that in the early game. Too early for Maldron and Fist, though. Hey Jay, thanks for stopping by. We've got a couple more codes to give away after this match. In the meantime, like, Mal, either send me a message on Discord or sort out your Twitch and I'll get you that code. In the meantime, let's focus on the game on hand. Alright, well, peasant gameplay it is. Because we're certainly not going to waste a centaur right now. Don't like playing a naked Knight of Flowers, but if it's the only play we got, that'll be just fine. Library. I think I can smell a school deck coming here, but I built this deck very specifically to beat both School and Revive Kaji. So, between the Ragnar combo, hard punishing buildings, and Sunflowers and Beast Mode, I think we're definitely favored in this matchup. I'm glad we get to at least run into one of the things that this list, exists to beat. I was really hoping to run into Revive Kashi today. School decks in C2 are very scary as well. It's time for some flower gameplay here. We can also just keep up the pressure. If at any point we draw a Yarm Lightning, it's pretty much game over for him. And the blue version of School is, not quite as good in certain matchups because it doesn't have as much control, but it's way faster. This one's got a lot of control, but it takes a long time to get going here, even though he did get a really nice high roll on his building spawns there. Our hand is a little awkward though, unfortunately. Next turn we'll start, getting to put the lightning pressure on. But I don't think it's worth playing either of those right now. Although, considering the matchup, we do need to just ultra keep the pressure up, so it doesn't... this may be the first time. I don't like playing a centaur just for no reason like this, but considering the matchup we're in, we really need to just keep the pressure going here. We've got some heal in hand. We're not really worried about getting burned down. We're worried about getting OTK'd, so healing is kind of irrelevant in this match beyond, sunflowers. But we've got a little touch of life for the sunflowers anyways. Probably just going to heal up our Knight of Flowers here just to get it out of blaze range. Of course, I actually don't even need the heal to kill that cleric, so we may just hang tight and get the Ragnar going here. I could alternatively do the heal play to push some damage. I think we're going to do that, so we'll use Knight of Flowers to clear there. Then we'll heal up our Knight of Flowers and push some very nice damage with this Sunflower. And that also, gets Knight of Flowers out of book and blaze range. Not both, obviously, but, we don't need it to do both. Just keeping the pressure up, and, at any point, if we draw Yarm Lightning, it's just immediately game over for him now. Well, that does put us in a little bit of a strange position here of, we don't really want to use the Yarm Lightning to clear these buildings, because these buildings are kind of a big ticket of ours to victory here. Oh man, yeah, it's instant lethal if we draw Yarm, which is good. Normally I'm not a big fan of, super polarized decks, but, School and Kaji are the polarizing ones. They deserve to get punished by flowers and lightning. There's the Grendel, doing Grendel things, but we've got the beast mode, so he's digging up his combos. Do we use the beast mode or do we use the killer rabbit? Hard to say. I think we use the beast mode because you can't always get the damage when you need it. Killer rabbit right now is perfect though. Beast mode is perfect. Oh dang, right, that dang courthouse. We don't have the nice clean Yarm and beast mode play here. Well, I know for sure, this is attacking here, this is attacking here. Maybe we just do the fist. Yeah, we'll just do the fist, because fist and Ragnar are actually really nasty together too. So I think we do have a nice little play here. If he doesn't clear the fist summons, that's almost as good as a Yarm. So if you don't clear those fist summons, that is definitely going to hurt with Ragnar. Given I'm very much expecting a blaze, but we'll see what happens. Well, but here's the thing. So 100% cannot leave that in this matchup yet here. If I had left that Grendel alive, I would have instantly lost the game because he would have started doing school OTKs. You absolutely cannot leave a Grendel alive in this matchup. Ah, dang. He cleared the Ragnar play. Oh, but he brought everything back up into the Yarm Lightning range here. So we're back to just, where's that Yarm Lightning? The second we get that Yarm Lightning, it's game over. Oh, the cleric play was... Well, you're right, actually. I guess. See, there's that zero-cost School of Time. Okay, luckily his hand's too small, right? Oh, no, it's not, actually. Yeah, no, I have to kill this Grendel immediately. Oh, well, never mind. Looks like I'm just going to lose to the school anyways. Well, that's a shame. How did he get zero-cost Grendel and Dromoth? How did that even happen? What on earth gave him a zero-cost Grendel and... Oh, the church! Oh, snap! The church! Holy crap. Well, I guess I just lose. I just lose. Yep. Wow, yeah, the church. Okay. Well, unfortunately, I just lose. Very unfortunate. If at any point we'd drawn the Yarm Lightning, it would have been immediate game over for him. But alas, it didn't happen. But, you know, this kind of... I totally forgot about the church cleric play, even though I have that in my version of the deck. But yep, no, guess I'm just dead. Unfortunate. Oh yeah, this is a very deadly deck that I keep, you know, talking about and alluding to, of School being incredibly powerful and, you know, problematic too. And it's why I don't leave home without the Ragnar combo much these days. And, you know, again, this is also why if we'd left Grendel alive last turn, we would have instantly lost. Like, in this matchup, like, if you leave Grendel or School alive for one turn, you instantly lose. Or sometimes you just get lucky and they get the full combo assembled and you're just screwed no matter what, unfortunately. But alas, you know, you can't win them all. You know, we had the... We had the Ragnar in hand, but the Yarm Lightning just didn't show up in time, and usually that deck doesn't go off that quick, but, you know, sometimes that is kind of the Exodia of this game. You know, if you just get all the pieces, if you get the school, if you get the double library, if you get the... Well, it's just because a lot of decks are just their new variations, and I delete the old one. You know, or the old one gets thrown way back in the queue there. So a lot of those are just the latest version of a deck, so they may be deck that I've played, you know, 30 games with, but I've made a change, so now it's a fresh deck. So I was going to do a code giveaway in between these games, but Mudbone just challenged me immediately, so I guess we could probably do some multitasking here. But no, last match was unfortunate. Unfortunately, he got the full Exodia, and sometimes that happens. Not much to be done about it. You know, we had the tech to beat it. We absolutely had the tech to beat that deck. At any point, we just needed to draw one card. He needed to draw, you know, all 5 Exodia pieces. We just needed to draw one card. But alas, sometimes that happens. Mal, have you messaged me on Discord or fixed your Twitch yet so I can get you that code? Ah, you did, okay. Alright. Alright, Mal, you should have your code now. Alright, well, let's take a look at what we got going on in this match here. A little bit awkward. And you should have your code now, Mal, and we'll do another couple code giveaways after this match, or if he ends up taking a long turn. But speaking of long turns, I should probably, take mine here. It's looking like it's just a coin fist turn. Anyone else that wants to be added to our wheel here for our next code, let me know. Oh, absolutely. I don't play a Druid deck that doesn't run both Killer Rabbit and Beast Mode, period. I love both the cards. They are extremely good. And it's not ideal, but that is what we are. This is our best play right now, a little bit of face damage never hurts. I'm aiming him away from the supply depot because, again, this is still a Ragnar combo list, so we want to try and leave buildings like that undamaged when possible. Oh yeah, no. Rabbit is a little bit of a high skill card now. While there can be RNG, I don't think I've actually run into an RNG situation with him yet, because you can aim him pretty well. So he's an Omewa that can... Oh yeah, Daggers is an extremely good card, no doubt, no doubt. This Killer Monkey is a little awkward for us right now. I still could play the Owlbear, but even if I do, then that Shadow Drake is going to get in there and give him that. Like, I could super backline the Owlbear. That doesn't feel great. We could blow the Arm Lightning. My choices are backline Owlbear, Arm Lightning, or Season of Growth. Really don't want to play the Season. It's too risky to play the Owlbear. So, no, it doesn't feel good, but we're just going to Yarm Lightning because it's the best play we have in hand. It's not like we're reliant on the Ragnar combo, but it is a nice little game closer. I don't know. I thought Killer Monkey would be good, but just one health units, between Dagger Storm and Peasants, Battle Master, there's just so many pings in this game that I really don't like the one health units in general, and I tend to shy away from them despite being, pretty good in theory. Okay. Not an attack trap, not a death trap, which means it could be Troll Toll, which makes this a absolutely perfect time to play Owlbear. I'm, immediately expecting the Omewa Shiduru to hop in here and murder this Owlbear, but that's okay. Yep, there it is. Do we go for the Fairy Queen or the Living Vines play? I think we do the Fairy Queen just because there are multiple threats on board, so she'll do a better job at handling that. Yeah, Beast decks are a place that Killer Monkey could be good in. I've been tinkering with Ninja Beasts for a while. Some versions include him, some don't. My favorite version doesn't include him, though. Yeah, exactly. Mal is right most of the time. But again, that's a color difference, too. Rabbit is just an amazing card. Love him. He's funny. He's powerful. Just all kinds of good stuff going on there. So we're going to intentionally pop our Fairy Queen with the South Part Slayer here so that we can clear up this field. Hey, we even got the Chain Lightning. Beautiful. Oh, we got the double Chain Lightning. Rude. Do we just go face? Or do we... Okay, we've got the Guardian, so let's just throw down the Titan to protect our health, get some extra damage in. Oh, right. Can't attack buildings, so never mind. We're leaning that up, after all. I could have set up a Season of Growth play there, but we'll save that for a better situation. Like, hopefully whatever he plays this turn will play really hard into our fairies over here. Okay. Oh, he played into our lightning without need for Season of Growth. Interesting. Well, guess we're not gonna, gift horse mouth, yada yada. Batch, Jay, you're spoiling. People don't even know there's going to be new fairies yet. Like, spoilers. Let's see, do we have any... Yeah, Jay, spoilers. Spoilers. Just trying to see if we have any potential Freya. No, there's nothing worth fraying right now. May have been worth using the Season of Growth there just for the draw, since we had the free clear here, but instead I think we'll just go ahead and well, what do we want to do? Maldron is the cleanest used for our turn, so I think that's what we're going to do, and saving the Season of Growth for the Yarm Titan next turn is going to be nice, so that's what we're counting on. Anyone that wants to get added to our wheel for the next code giveaway, go ahead and say something, because this game is coming to a close here. Well, Jay's the one at fault, not me. So, if Jay wins a code here, although he hasn't asked to be added to the code. Poor Mudbone, just over here playing real hard into our chain. You haven't won a code, you haven't even asked to be entered in the giveaway yet. But we will be doing a pet giveaway after this match, so anybody that wants to be included in that, just go ahead and let us know. I think we've just got game off of squirrels, but, just in case here, we're gonna throw out a little card here. Alright, so that'll... Okay. We'll add Jay in, even though we probably shouldn't as punishment for his leaking. But that's okay. I don't see why having to ask is weird. Most people have to, type something at all into chat with the, bot giveaways. It's just the same deal. Just the same deal, and I wasn't going to automatically add you, Jay, because I'm pretty sure you've got like a full collection. So unless you asked to be included, wasn't gonna do it. All right. So speaking of giveaway, besides, we know my production quality sucks. We're not here for how nice my stream looks. We're here for deck showcasing. All right. Anybody on this list that isn't on it that needs to be added here before we get rolling here? I think we've got everyone that's active in the chat already on this list. So, quick little scroll here. Yeah, okay, I think everyone that's chatting here. Hey, Doctor. Ah, okay. It's Mudbone. Thanks for stopping by. Let's go ahead and add you to this little list here. No, no, no. I like my online anonymity. I can't do face streams because it is not good for business. So I need to keep that anonymity, and I just don't understand the appeal of the whole like VTube avatar thing. So I'm not doing that. I always find those to just be kind of distracting and in the way anyways. We're here for the gameplay and the decks. We're not here for myself specifically. Alright, well, let's get rolling here. I do own a business and a funeral home after all, and this would not be a great look. Hey, okay, Mal's getting another code here. So let's go ahead and send Mal a code, and then we'll do one more roll, and then we'll do one more game, and then we'll have one more pack to close out the day with. But I'll start the queue up while I'm working on that. Yes, I suppose this was... It was written that Mal was probably going to get another code since, we needed this to happen for the sake of our secrecy here. So, the stars aligned, and it feels appropriate. Alright, we'll do one more roll here while we're waiting on our queue. Ah, Jay got it. Alright. Despite his leaking. And then we'll have one more code to give away after this next game here. And we have a game, so I'll quickly get Jay's code and then get two things here. Okay, so I don't usually keep Freya this early in the game, but the seven gold fist play, I wanted to give that a go. Probably shouldn't have, but the whole multitasking with the pack giveaway and this was eating into my mulligan time. Wow, squirrel. Yeah, I think we're just gonna hang tight with our coin for the moment. Rush decks are a necessary evil that needs to exist for the health of the game to keep hyper control style decks in check, but personally I cannot stand them and think they're kind of brain dead. The longer the game, the better, because the longer the game, the more skill, the more fun. The shorter the game, the worse. Doesn't feel great to use a centaur right now, but we don't have another good play, so that's what we're going to do. And we're not exactly too worried about getting burned out in this color combo. If you enjoy Rush, that's fine, but you and I will never agree on what makes for the best game or the best deck type then. But no, I do acknowledge that Rush does need to exist. It's very important for the game's ecosystem. Well, we were saving this Freya for the Fist play, but now we don't have a play aside from Fist, so I guess that's... I mean, I suppose we could just peasant it up, but... maybe we should peasant it up. No, we need to get some... Oh, it's a cancel magic. Alrighty then. There is no discrepancy there then. I was debating between saving that, hey, nice, shiny Leviathan, saving the coin for the Fist or the Owlbear, but looks like it didn't matter either way. Now, sometimes coin feels bad for cancel magic, but that actually worked out really well for him, slowing me down quite a bit. Obviously, it would have been better for him to cancel the Fist or the Yarm, but, you know, it is what it is. I was really hoping to run into Revive Kaji. If somebody's got a Revive Kaji they want to bring today, I'd love to try that matchup, because that is kind of the whole reason this got built. Alright, let's see here. I think, you know, Fist is still the play. I don't see any other viable alternative. Do we take the... Yeah, we take the free clear. Yep, I have not changed my fairy deck at all. I think that is pretty much as good as it can get. Yeah. Trebuchet. I suppose we are going to have to be a little worried about burn pressure in this matchup after all. Oh, no, the list of possible fairies. No, not yet, because or I think it is up to date as of now. I think I might be missing one. I'm not entirely sure. Treb is a very cool card. Like, I do appreciate Trebuchet. You know, I'm no burn or aggro lover, but it's not really either of those things. It's just kind of a cool card. It, you know, it most naturally fits in burn or rush lists, but you know, it's just a cool card. How could you not love it? I think this is a Yarm Lightning turn. You know, we prefer saving this, but although we need... Is this another cancel magic? It might be. Oh well, if it's cancel magic, it's a cancel magic. It's not. Okay, good to know. Is it an Ome? Or Battujutsu? Yep, okay, but I don't mind losing a damaged owlbear. This is fine by me. I don't know if we've got a confirmation on Cleave and Death Strike, but it's certainly possible. Frontline Trebuchet, interesting. Do we take the rabbit play? I think we take the rabbit play. It does leave our hand a little awkward, but you know, that's okay, I can live with that. Very sniper focused. Interesting. Ah, Kabuki mask and snipers. That makes a lot of sense. I like it. I like it. I don't want this owlbear to get immediately in the action here. I want this armor to get taken off here. You know, if he clears the wolf, that's fine. You know, then he had to at least invest into clearing the wolf. I would like owlbear to not have to trade into the armored stegosaur. Very strange list from Caerulea here. Ah, the mall. Oh, okay. Well, we're not trading the owlbear into the stegosaurus, but this isn't a bad Ragnar turn. Not amazing, but not bad. I think we're gonna take it. Because we could alternatively do Freya shenanigans, but let's just take the Ragnar play. It just feels clean right now, and he's kind of gassed out, so if we just wipe this field, he's in trouble. Ooh, are we going to get the, I think, okay. For the first time in history, Ragnar survives a turn to actually get the rest of his effect off. Alright, so we're going to do a fun little Freya play here. Alright, time to find out what trap this is. Yep. Oh, precognition. Interesting. And then, okay, so do we do the books? Yeah, we do the books. Probably should have moved that Ramrus, but alas, it's okay. I think we clear this out of the way, now that there's no trap risk. Very nice little Freya boost there, and that's going to put a lot of extra hurt on from Ragnar. Alright, well that was a good little wrap up there. Alright, so I'll go ahead and hop back in queue. Maybe we'll get one more game to close out the day, and we'll give away our last code here. I don't think we've had anyone new join the chat, so I think I'm good to just go ahead and roll this wheel again as is, but we'll give folks a moment to chime in there. Alright, I think we're going to remove Jay and Malum from this, though. Give everyone else a little bit of a chance. Jay, Malum, and Val. Right. Let's give everybody else a chance at this last code here. All right. Let's see who's going to get it here. Okay. Code for Yut. Last code of the day. Is he still around? Ah, yes, yes, yes. Okay, and we got a game, and it's against Val. Okay, so this should be a pretty tough map. Alright, so I'm up against what I can only assume is either Docu-Dinos or Leviathan School. In either case, we really want to try and find our Ragnar combo. Well, I guess not so much for Docu-Dinos, but either way, nothing in our starting hand's what we're looking for. So, do we think it's Leviathan School? Do we think it's Docu-Dinos? I think Docu-Dinos is the popular choice these days, but we'll see. Hand's looking a little awkward right now. You know, at least we do have the last wheel for the owlbear here. And Yarm Lightning if we gotta use it to survive an aggro push. Alright, peasant gameplay time. I don't think we want tribal counter cards. I don't like rock, paper, scissors, but you know, any good AoE can fulfill that. And you know, we've got plenty of Lestral in our hands, so we don't need to be saving this owlbear. Books to me suggest that this is absolutely Docu-Dinos, because you know, Books is a decent enough card, but I don't really like it outside of Last Will or Aggro Shells, and Docu-Dinos just, you know, happens to be both. I think this is a perfectly good owlbear turn. Well, the question is, do we play it safe with these flowers so he doesn't get any Manticore value, or do we risk the Blaze? I think we'll play it safe. You know, if he plays the Blaze this turn, I'm fine with that. It can. There's quite a few versions of Docudinos. That list is still being optimized, uh, which is why I was a little hesitant on it early on in the tournament, because like I knew it was a deck that had a lot of potential, but I hadn't tested it much, nor had many other people optimized it much. So we just weren't entirely sure how that would pan out. But it's definitely proven itself that, while still kind of a high roll deck, it's also just very consistently good too. And I wonder where the final optimization for it will set. Looks like he's on, the Temple bandwagon. I'm still not convinced that the Temple really fits into the Drake Light lists. So our hand started a little awkward, but we ended up curving perfectly. We've got both the owlbears out, which is great. Early owlbears are amazing, and then we also don't need to worry about saving our last will. We've got the Ragnar Yarm play for the follow-up. This is so far going quite well for us. There's the plays. So we did end up losing the flowers, but didn't actually, make any difference. A little awkward trading in with the owlbear here, but there's no benefit to not doing so. Luckily, the temple does open him up further to Ragnar punishes in the not-too-distant future here. Yeah, he had a slow start, and we have a lot of AoE, so I think we've got this game secured, but, Docudinos can be very explosive and very surprising, so we'll see what happens. Ooh. I think Ragnar is very much going to seal this game for us. With that in mind, we are... Oh, I messed up. I messed up there. I could have had the peasant kill that and gotten a little more damage on castle, but that's fine. Alright, since we're not dealing with a busy board, I prefer Living Vines. I play Fairy Queen usually when I've got multiple things I want to clear out. When I'm just aiming at castle, we'll go for the Vines. Now, I'm pretty sure the Ragnar combo is going to seal this game. But, I do still need... Yep, alright, he's starting the Docudino shenanigans, so he's gonna start putting the pressure on. Although, he played Documents, so Living Vines... There's my Living Vines. Yeah, this deck has some very secret tech against, the main Last Will and Docudinos. Gives us a good matchup just by virtue of, hey, we are also playing Last Will, so that kind of stuff's kind of risky. We do want to clear out these dinos, though. And if we're lucky, they'll kill our Fairy Queen. So let's start with this trade here. Alright, step 1. Alright, now can we get the step 2 on the Fairy Queen, please? Nah, okay, no step 2 for Fairy Queen, but that's okay. Next turn we've still got a very devastating Ragnar Yarm coming. Yep, it's very much kind of like an anti-meta list. Like, again, it is not the strongest deck around. Like, it doesn't have like the raw power of a lot of lists, but it is very specifically a really good counter to, kind of everything that's popular in the meta right now. It super shuts down... no, dinos hit a completely random target. They have no priorities of any kind. Last I checked anyways. So, like it the Ragnar combo, super hard shuts down school and building abusers. The Last Will engine gives document decks a really hard time, and also give, control decks a hard time because it's resistant to wipes. It's got a lot of AoE thanks to the Chain Lightning package, so it's very good against Swarm. It's got Beast Mode and Killer Rabbit, so it's really good against big Leviathan list. It doesn't have a ton of raw power on its own, but you know what? That is okay. Alright, let's get a little Maldron play out here. Oh yes, absolutely. We'll do... since you missed the beginning of the stream, before we close out for the day, we will also go ahead and just go over the list one more time. Like, this is 100% built specifically to beat Kaji, and it's slowly teched to just kind of deal with everything else in the meta again. But like, it does just kind of lack, the raw power of a lot of other decks too. But it's a really great anti-meta pick right now. No, you're good, Cookie. Absolutely. Ask questions. I love questions. We'll go ahead and, revisit it again shortly here. Big crab, but let's see. I think we're going to go for. Do we go for the Yarm play? Okay, no, yeah, we've got the very perfect, beautiful play here. We're going to do the Ragnar Yarm and the Beast Mode on the crab, if need be. There is a chance that it just dies anyways, so should be... I want to be careful with this Ragnar. I don't want him getting popped by little random dinos here. So we'll play the Ragnar a little safer. Let's pop one of these. That was probably a mistake, popping that preemptively, but oh well, this is fine. I'm not quite sure how the order of things is going to work here. Okay, no need for the beast mode. I'm just crabbing it up, so we've got the beast mode for later if need be. I did mess that up a little bit. I believe, attacking... I lost some squirrels that I didn't need to lose there, so mistakes were made, but that's okay. We're still in a pretty good position. If he doesn't answer this Ragnar, more lightning shenanigans are to come. Blaze, very nice clean answer to what I had there. Losing 3 squirrel damage is very unfortunate, but that's okay. I think this is a perfectly curved Killer Rabbit and Yarm turn. Rabbit's positioning doesn't really matter. I do want the Yarm Titan front and center, so there's no Guardian contest. And if we're really lucky, Ragnar will survive another turn and really help punish in that Yarm. And the deck's also just got a lot of healing to deal with aggro and burn. Like, it's, it may not be the strongest deck around, but it is just super anti-meta and lots of fun to play. I hope this deck catches on because it's fun, it's really solid, and it counters a lot of the toxic lists running around right now. So I really hope people will, once I showcase this on the server, that people will take a fancy to it and start playing. Oh, I think that is just game. Okay, we've even got the Freya Yarm follow-up, but I don't think we even need that just because this alone is game, but we're gonna do for the style finish here. Okay, so I think we're gonna, call that all the games we're gonna play today. And we're gonna just go over the list one more time again, so everyone that missed the very beginning of the stream can, see what's going on with it. So we'll just do a quick recap rather than my usual long-winded thing. So yeah, we've got the Season of Growth in Beast Mode to super hard shut down Kaji Revive or other Joan Vive abuses. Season of Growth also plays extremely well with lightning combos by connecting those chains thanks to the Sunflower Spawn. We've got Night of Flowers to boost the flowers naturally, and we've got Thorndrake for that flower package, who's also part of our very small little... Okay, Val. Alright, we'll do one more game here after we finish our review. Then, yeah, we've got a very minimalistic Last Will package between Thorndrake, Living Vines, and Fairy Queen, which is like the exact number you need to usually get consistent value out of Owlbear. We've got some strong top end that can counter a lot of issues. We've got great removal between Beast Mode and Killer Rabbit. Beast Mode also can shut down Kaji. And we've got great healing against aggro and burns, so it's just this perfect little anti-meta list that's really well equipped to deal with a lot of the more popular and toxic angles that are floating around right now. It may not have like just the raw competing power of, mid-range lists or combo lists or, just ramp decks, but it is better equipped than those to deal with some of the more toxic things. Alright, and then as we saw in that last match, like it kind of has some secret tech of being really good against other Last Will decks, despite not having the document combos, just by virtue of throwing out powerful Last Will things makes it really hard for other people to play documents, not to mention, Beast Mode messes those up too. So it's just a deck that has a positive matchup against everything running around right now. The only things it doesn't have a positive matchup that, I still think there are some very powerful decks out there that are better and more consistent than a lot of our meta choices right now. They don't have as good of a matchup against some of our meta choices. So this deck is just a nice anti-meta list that I'm pretty happy with, and I really hope it catches on because this counters all the decks I don't like. So we'll get a nice... I really wanted to, do a Revive Kaji matchup because that was the entire inspiration for building this deck in the first place. Is like, I want Revive Kaji to get deleted from the meta. So I hope we can showcase that. I swear, if we don't draw flowers or beast mode this entire game, though. Malum has good honor. Good for him. Appreciate it. Alright, come on. Where's our anti-Kaji tech? Give us that beast mode. Give us those flowers. Uh-oh. He found the ninja training. He's gonna get the early Kaji. He's got the high roll. This is probably the last turn I will have to find myself a beast mode here. And so far we're unfortunately not really seeing the tools we want to deal with this deck. But on the plus side, that is a very slow deck we're up against, so we have time to find our tools still, even though he did get the early Kaji high roll. Although of course there's still the chance he didn't draw Kaji after that, but I think the most optimized versions of that list do tend to play only 3 units, so it's, extremely likely that he has his Kaji in hand now. But we also just, this deck can also be very aggressive, so simply applying a lot of pressure and swarm can also just mess up little control decks like this. We've got our little Ragnar Yarm combo, which will help. Oh, Burning Sun, okay, he is packing some Swarm Answer. Yeah, still haven't seen our favorite tools yet, but he also hasn't played Akashi, so I think he... there's our Season of Growth, very nice. Do we want to play it right now, though? No, we can hold Season until a little later to combo with, like, you know, we have until the 9 gold turn before we're worried about Season. Or, you know, once we see Revive Angel pop down. I mean, maybe we will... No, we're gonna hold out on Season just a little bit longer here. I'd like another lightning, some more chain lightning on board before I play Season. But my hand is now extremely awkward. We may be playing the Season just for the draw here. You know, we are at least going to damage those flowers. Of course, there he is. One turn too late. But that's fine, that's fine. The bright side of playing that a little earlier here is this will immediately pollute the Angel Revive, so that's a nice little perk. Ah, dang, it went after the Supply Depot. Little unfortunate, but that's okay. That's okay. Our hand's a little awkward, but we're okay. We've already, like, completely messed up and crippled this deck's primary game plan just by virtue of throwing these sunflowers out. Like, this alone means this match may already be over. There's the Kaji. And now if we can just draw a beast mode this turn, then this game will truly be over. No beast mode, but that's okay. Do I want to trade into this Kaji? No, there's really little benefit to doing that. We're not really too worried about, you know, AoE in this matchup, so just gonna put out the pressure. And, you know, sadly we have missed our opportunity to beast mode Kaji, but we've got the flowers. You know, we only need one or the other usually to completely shut down this deck, which, again, this is why I say people should not play this deck outside of a silly, friendly, casual setting, because it's so risky. Okay, well, I stand corrected. He did immediately get the big, perfect, beautiful AoE, but that's okay. Ah, there's the beast mode. But, you know, beast mode, while late, is still, you know, not bad at all. Do I want to do Yarm? Yeah, because Yarm will transition very cleanly into the Ragnar play. And we can still potentially beast mode to further dilute this pool. It's not the immediate hard shutdown, but like the dilution is going to mess it up still. Will he take the trade? Oh, dissipate, okay. Solid. But we'll get a nice little beast mode. Just further polluting. Alright, pop that, throw down the defense, go ahead and beast mode that noxiousness. And we'll save the... Okay, we can play a peasant here to out of reach of that hawk. Between 3 flowers and a hawk being in that revive pool, like, revive Kaji is pretty well crippled here. Ah, he got the lucky pull there. He may yet get a second Kaji in his pool. Ah, unfortunate. You know, three flowers, one beast mode. So he had a 1 out of 5 chance there. Was highly not in his favor, but alas, that happens sometimes. We've got a pretty solid Ragnar follow-up here. It's now less solid. So we'll hold off on that for now. We'll just play a regular Yarm Lightning. And we'll save the Ragnar combo for if he does a Joan Vive play. So we'll be able to shut that down even harder. I think, is it worth playing the Centaur right now? Yeah, I think so. Not quite a maximum center value, but good enough. Like, again, we're just, his deck is so crippled already that, okay, there's the Joan Vive play, which will give us, well, I guess it's still not going to be an amazing Ragnar play, but it should still be pretty decent, because he's going to trade, yep, there's a Sunflower, and got really lucky off of that. Joan Vive too, no Sunflowers. At least we got one Hawk though, so that's something. And then, yeah, we have a beautiful Ragnar follow-up. Maybe not. Maybe we hang tight still. Yeah, I think we hang tight. We'll just do a little more stalling. He'll play the Joan Vive again, and we'll wait for a bigger board. We want that Joan Vive to stick before we do the Ragnar combo. This is a pretty nice little Yenneroth turn. Alright, let's play that Joan Vive, stick it, and and these things are further polluting the pool every turn here. I think Angel of Mercy is just random. As far as I know, Angel of Mercy is just random in there. Okay. Is he going to leave the Joan Vive? If he leaves the Joan... no, he still had another to dissipate, so we're still probably going to hold off on our Ragnar play. Then again, if we blow this all up now, that will further pollute the next Joan Vive, so maybe it's worth doing now. Alternatively, we could do Maldron. Yeah, I think we'll do Maldron. Maldron feels pretty clean right now. I'm a little worried about the damage he can push. I really want to save the Ragnar for play for when Joan Vive actually stays on the field. So let's do Maldron. That's not ideal, but no, I think that's our best play. Because Maldron feeds into the Ragnar combo, getting a few extra squirrels as well. In a days, that works for me. His Joan Vive pool is thoroughly, thoroughly polluted at this point. So we'll just go ahead, throw out the Vines, which is resistant to any further end of days. And is it worth this? Do we do the Centaur or do we do the heal? I think we just do the draw. Or actually, maybe we just play a Frostdrake. Like we're not exactly worried about, like, the most he can do to our castle is a 6 damage swordsman, and we're not even expecting that in this matchup. So let's just put the pressure up, and we'll save the heal for a little bit later here. A Resurrect's not random, it's the last one, I believe. Yep, there's a flower, yeah. Angel is just completely random. Resurrect isn't random, it's the last one. Is this the turn that he finally leaves Joan Vive on the field? And yeah, I mean, look at that. Joan Vive got a bunch of flowers. Like, Joan Vive is not doing anything anymore. So this is the Ragnar turn. Oh, I have not, but I have been enjoying the 11 gold, what's it called? The set to health. Okay, I guess Resurrection did get changed then. I think it used to not be random at one point here. And do I do the beast mode for the cheeky try to finish? No, it's not worth it. Strength of will, yes. 11 gold Strength of Will Swordsman is a really cool play. But yeah, as we saw, even though I didn't get to delete the Kaji with beast mode immediately, just filling the revive pool with flowers just completely crippling. Can we get a... Season of Growth. Perfect timing, Season of Growth, for yet another beautiful lightning play. I need to move this vines out of the way, though, first. And that is most likely game here, without anything extra needed. Flowers play into chain, very nice. So, thank you to Malum for bringing us that matchup that we really wanted to showcase, you know, the original inspiration for building the deck. But yeah, Cookie, that's a pretty neat idea, doing the flip-flop with Swordsman too. I do like it. He usually dies anyways, and that requires less of a, you know, gold investment. That's a pretty cool idea. I haven't tried that. I've messed with the Strength of Will version, but I have not messed with the flip-flop version. You know, because generally I'm expecting to try and like Shadow Strike that Swordsman, but I think we're spoiling a list for another day here by looking at this one, so I'm not going to spend too much time. And that one still needs some work anyways, still needs some optimization, but I do really like, before I forget about it, I'm going to go ahead and add hidden intent to it. We'll just save it like that, and we'll revisit that a little bit later here. And yeah, again, thanks Malum for stepping up to the plate and showing us that matchup that we really wanted to see. So that's I have a fancy name for this. I'm going to post it in the showcase in a little bit here. But I can't remember it. I've got it written down. But yeah, so that's the deck. Really fun, really solid, lots of cool little combos, and really, really good anti-meta pick for a lot of the more toxic things running around. So I hope everybody, you know, gives this deck a try to really check and balance some of the nasty things in the meta right now and push out the polarized decks like School and Revive Kaji. And it also does really well against, you know, Docudinos too. I don't expect this is going to push out Docudinos or anything, but it's going to be pretty hard on them. So I built this list just to help, you know, improve the game's ecosystem as a whole. So I'll showcase it in a little bit here. Thanks for coming by, everyone, and hope everyone had fun. We'll see you next Sunday.